Hi, good evening. In Albert Whitehat's book, he tells stories about the Lakota people, and he talks about, he starts out with the creation story and how Inyan drained its blood to make everything for creation. And one of the things he says about the creation story for them is that it is about respect, that it's about love, honor, and respect. And so I think that's something to keep in mind. And the reason that it is because Inyan basically gives of itself to make everything that is. And in that, one of the key points is that we are all related. And so humans were created last in this story after everything else. And that the people feel like they are in relation with creation in a way where all of creation is their brothers and sisters in a way. And I think that's really important because when we look at the movie that we watched and we look at the role of the wolves in Yellowstone, we can see how one piece of that relationship being missing can cause a cascade of issues. And when that element is reintroduced, things flourish again. And so how all of these pieces are interrelated, these relationships are interrelated and need each other to really make everything vibrant and alive. And so I think that's really important. Another key element that I found was the relationship between women and Maka, I hope that's how you say it, and Earth basically, and how its role was to nourish all of life, and how when the wolves are brought back into the park, the Earth is able to be nourished again. The Earth comes back to life, really, in a sense. And so I think that is also kind of really important. As the wolf takes life, it also gives life. I think when you look at the indigenous worldview of relatedness and how it all ties to the environment, and we can see in the story of the wolves and how they interact at Yellowstone when they're brought back in, that we can really see how things are interrelated, because not only does it affect the other animals and the other wildlife in the park, it also impacts the land itself, because it is able to regenerate. Even though the wolves take life, they also give life in a sense, because without the wolves, the deer overpopulated and grazed away all of the plant life, but with kind of a balance back in the ecosystem, with that restored, there is just a greater diversity of wildlife and plant life, and that impacts the entire system, and that interrelatedness can really be seen in that interaction. And taking it back to Albert Whitehat's book and the stories that are being told, there's also an interconnectedness in the relationships of the Lakota people and how they see each other and their different families, and just the importance of family and that interconnectedness amongst each other, and how they have different cultures and strengths and respect for each other's families, and then how they take that in and on as they marry into different families. And I thought that was really cool as well. I think that answers the questions. I think that's everything that I have written down. Yeah. Thank you.